Others, 2001.
Before we do that one, can we take a quick commercial break?
Nope. We're going to keep going. He gets to suffer. Welcome to Demented Collective. I'm Dave.
I'm Gary.
Today we're doing what we think are the best twist endings in horror movies. We have differing opinions. He has stuff on his list that I didn't put on my list. I have stuff he didn't put on his list.
I didn't think to put on my list.
Well, I mean, we're gonna go through. We're kind of winging it, but I know what I like in twist endings, and I'm sure
Same,
he
yeah.
does too.
So I guess start out. Should we do the honorable mention one because it was an alternate ending?
We should, but first, don't forget to like and subscribe if you
Click that
could,
notify bell.
because I believe that next week we're doing.
In honor of the 31st anniversary that's coming up here soon. By the time the video drops, we'll obviously be afterwards. But as well as the movie
There's a new one.
that's coming out in August, we are doing The Crow.
The Crow from 93?
93. May
93.
13th of 1993.
We're doing The Crow. You don't want to miss that. The Crow is a classic.
Exactly. And if you don't like The Crow, shame on you.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So,
But no, seriously, shame on you.
let's get into twist endings.
Mm-hmm.
I have on mine, I'm going back to 1920. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is a silent film. So,
German too, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah. German Expressionism, that whole genre. Francis is one among the mentally ill patients in the asylum. And the whole narrative is nothing but his delusions, which you find out at the end. Because he thinks the doctor is a serial killer. Yeah. And then at the end you find out it's his delusions. So kind of like it's a dream, but it's delusions.
Well, this film is in the public domain, so you can watch it in its entirety on YouTube.
You can remake it if you want. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. I can show clips all I want right
we
here.
could literally play the entire film
could.
and not get in trouble, but this film is such a good film that my brother, who is not that fond of horror films in general, actually highly recommends this film.
There you go.
So,
yeah. Well, it was 1920. They're not going to push the envelope that much. But it was out of Germany, so who knows?
Well, and he says, like, no, it's a classic.
Yeah.
And he says so, and he's not a fan of horror by any means.
So it's a good twist ending. You got the delusions instead of actual serial killer and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Next up,
one of the ones I got on the list, starting off for me, is a number 10.
Okay.
At the more bottom of the barrel is The Mist, because it's just brutal. It's gut wrenching.
it's true. I have The Mist on my list also. 2007.
I mean, it's a great twist ending, but it's one that's so. I actually have a harder time rewatching this.
It's true. It's a tough rewatch. The ending, at least. Yeah.
Well, even some of the other scenes in the film, it's a rough film, and it's not that it's a bad film, but
it's really good.
The ending, I actually have a harder time watching this than Cannibal Holocaust in some ways. If I remove
I get what you're saying. It's a different type of hard to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Cannibal Holocaust, especially if I remove the animal cruelty. Okay, oh no, this one is just, out of all the films on this list, as far as films with twist endings, this one is definitely probably one of the hardest to...
My jaw dropped
when
it happened at the end of that.
So,
spoilers on all these movies, obviously.
Yeah.
What happens at the end of The Mist? Let's explain it.
So they manage to get to the car and drive through the mist and go as far as they can, trying to reach the end. And then...
He hears the sounds.
And they hear the sounds. The car breaks down. There's... 5 bullets left, or 4?
Ooh, I don't remember.
There's enough bullets for everyone minus 1. And then, so Thomas Jane, I believe the first person he ends up putting out of their misery right as they wake up was his son.
Yeah.
Which, that right there, as soon as that, I'm like...
Yep, that was the jaw drop moment.
And then... You hear in quick succession, 2 more? 2, maybe 3 more. I can't remember how many people were in the car at this point.
I only remember him killing his son.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
been, I saw it in '07. It's been a while. It's 14 years, something like that.
Literally after watching that one scene in particular, after that, I think my mind just kind of like I was still trying to comprehend and then it pans out because as soon as like his son wakes up, goes out to the car, outside the car, and you hear the gunshot and the flash, and then like a couple more in quick succession,
Okay.
and then pans back in. Thomas Jane just takes a gun he knows has no more ammunition in it, tries to unalive himself with it repeatedly. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, he's just like, and then gets out of the car and screaming, making all this noise to try and get the monsters to take him, and I believe he says, "Take me!" And then the mist clears. And the military's coming through. And the lady at the beginning who made a run for it, who tried to convince him to as well, is amongst the survivors with her kids.
Yeah, it's dark.
And then he's just laying there.
So he has to live with the guilt.
Lost
all that,
like that. It's freaking brutal.
Yeah.
I'm talking like... And I watched some freaking brutal shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's a good one. That is a solid twist ending.
Oh, yeah.
I have one. It's not solid. It's more of a notable mention. Carnival of Souls from 1962. Mary did not survive the accident. All the events that surrounded her in the movie were hallucinations she experienced a few seconds before her time of death.
Oh,
have you seen Carnival of Souls?
No, that's kind of like the Reeker.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So we've both kind of seen the similar movie. All right.
Yeah, similar ending. Yeah. So
it is a public domain movie, so anyone could remake the storyline of it, kind of thing.
Public domain? I thought it had to be 100 years.
He didn't renew the copyright, so yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually filmed it in Utah, out in the deserts of Utah. So,
makes sense.
Yeah. What do you got after that?
After that, I mean, for me, again, another one on our list, Psycho. It's a classic.
Psycho is.
It is.
It really... See, the problem with Psycho, in 1960, that was one heck of a twist.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, we all know it's coming. Everyone, even if you haven't seen Psycho, you know Norman Bates is the mother.
Yeah, and as far as twist endings go, like nowadays, because of the amount of twists that happen in films, like, like that's
it's like they have to put twists in now.
Yeah, especially if you're Mr. Shyamalan, who is on our list.
Speaking of Psycho, if you haven't watched our review, go back and check out our review.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ending. It's a great film.
It is.
I mean,
it's my highest scored film.
Yeah, ditto. I gave it a perfect score. Like,
I didn't, because I don't do that.
No, but I'm weird like
There's
that.
no 10s.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I would definitely say at least 10 out of 10 recommend watching.
I would recommend 10 out of 10. That's true.
Yeah. But
yep.
No, I mean, it's...
we don't even have to explain the twist. Everyone knows the twist, even if you haven't seen Psycho. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah.
Good film.
I got... pardon me. Another notable mention. 1986, Little Shop of Horrors. Now, normally, it ends normal.
Mm-hmm.
But in the director's cut with the alternate ending, Audrey 2 eats Seymour, becomes the hottest selling plant in the world, and launches an invasion that destroys the planet.
Yeah.
So the plant wins. So that's the twist.
That's probably why it didn't make... I mean,
it didn't hit theaters, so I'm not... That's why it's a notable mention.
Yeah, 86. But, well, at that point in time, a lot of them, it's like happy endings. I don't think... dark, like, I mean, bleak endings like that.
Right.
I mean, well, that is kind of bleak for the 80s.
And that's why it's a notable mention.
Well,
it's
also being
not my top.
Wasn't that a PG-13 film?
Probably. It was after Temple of Doom. That's what brought on the PG-13s.
Family-friendly horror film.
It could have been PG.
Musical.
I mean, Goonies was PG.
Yeah.
That
Plus
had a bunch of cussing in it.
Rick Moranis in it.
He's comedy, yeah.
Oh, and well, he's also I don't think he's ever starred in an R-rated movie ever. He was one of those ones like...
Oh, I've never thought about that.
Yeah, I grew up with Rick Moranis.
I recall him doing an interview saying something along the lines of, I want to do movies my kids can see, or something like that.
Oh, and he is a huge family man, and that's one thing I do.
Yeah, he quit acting.
For his kids.
For his kids. Yeah, for his
kids. Because I believe his wife unfortunately passed away, and he decided to give that. I think
he's making a comeback right now. Yeah. He's trying to come back now.
Which, give him a chance. I mean, he gave it up for all the right reasons. Especially when he was starting to hit his peak. Yeah, he was essentially like the new Jerry Lee Lewis.
He was doing the Honey I Shrunk the Kids movies. There was multiple of those. Yeah,
he was a fantastic actor.
Yeah. What else you got there on your list?
The next one I have up is a double whammy.
Let's hear it.
So, everyone who's ever watched the Scream franchises knows the twist is there's 2 killers.
Right.
Spoiler. But the ones I have for this one are specifically Screams 3 and 6. Because they break the formula. Scream 3, it was 1 killer.
Oh, okay.
So, twist. That's a good idea. Plus, on top of that, the killer was Sidney's half-brother. I
don't remember 3.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was more comedy in some aspects.
I saw it in 2002 or whatever it was. 2000.
Yeah. But I mean, it was good in the fact that it was it was 1 killer, not 2. It was the half brother of Cindy. Sydney. Cindy. Nev Campbell.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sydney.
Sydney Prescott. Yeah, I'm thinking Cindy from
Erie, Indiana. Or Scary Movie.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. But Sydney, it was her half-brother, and he also admitted to planting the ideas in, Matthew Lillard and Steve Ulrich's heads to start that. He actually, set everything in motion.
Okay.
What
about part 6?
Part 6?
Yeah, explain.
So part 6, instead of... It wasn't 1, it wasn't 2, it was 3
That was the 3
killers.
killer one, okay.
Yes, and...
When did that come out? Do you recall?
Fairly recently.
It's one of the recent ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say 2 years ago, maybe?
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that one, and part of it was again, pissed off family members. Because... Right. Yeah. So, it was... But, I mean, the fact that they, again, broke the mold because it wasn't 1 killer, it wasn't 2 killers, it was 3, which was a nice little twist because it was okay, you know what I mean? You're used to having the 2 killers, and if you already did 1 killer,
sure,
it was okay, you
gotta bump it up.
Yeah, so 3 is hey, nice, pleasant surprise. I'd say this one, 6 is just before 3 because 6 was kind of a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, I'm sorry, the directors did a great job, but it's hard to top Wes Craven, especially in my book. Huge Craven fan.
Oh, yeah.
So, I would say 6, then 3. It's a double whammy.
All right. April Fool's Day, 1986. Have you seen it? No. I know it's not on your list, but have you seen it? No?
No, but it is on my list of movies to watch.
Okay, so here, something fun about April Fool's Day in 1986. The guy from Back to the Future plays Biff.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Oh.
As just a normal college student character. And this is a year after Back to the Future. That came out in 85. So, all the violent murders that take place throughout the movie, and there's a handful of them, turn out to be nothing more than an April Fool's joke by Muffy. Because it was 1986, and all the rich people are named Buffy and Muffy and all that sort of thing.
Tuffy and Duffy and...
So, yeah, it was...
Sluffy.
At the end, you find out everyone's still alive.
That's a fluffy
slut. It was just a ruse. Yep. April Fool's joke.
All like Wolf Creek.
What?
Wolf Creek.
That's a... What?
No, not Wolf Creek. I'm sorry. Cry Wolf.
I was gonna say. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, definitely not Wolf Creek. Oh,
Wolf
yeah,
Creek.
no, that one was no Cry Wolf. One of the first films Jared Padalecki started. The Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That one. Yeah.
What do you got next?
Next up, Underwater, a film featuring Kristen Stewart and T.J. Miller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a good film. You know, sci-fi horror. Like, I mean, it's real. It's not a bad film. Like, it's enjoyable. Especially like you got elements of like claustrophobia and like that, which helps bump up the, you know, anxiety.
Sure.
Like it makes you, because everyone can relate to, you know, being stuck in a confined space to an extent.
Yeah, it sucks.
But one of the biggest endings is the creatures in the sea. I mean, they don't openly say it, but it is heavily implied. They opened up the gate to Cthulhu, whatever the hell you want to call his realm.
Okay.
And it ends with showing a shot of the big, bad squid face himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
tentacles and all that. And,
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, a really good film.
Oh,
that
sounds like something I would enjoy. Oh, yeah. I gotta check that out.
So, I mean, right there, that's honestly, I definitely contribute that as a twist ending, because if you're going into a film like an H.P. Lovecraft style film, you know you're expecting an H.P. Lovecraft film.
Sure.
This film, I went in expecting your stereotypical sci-fi horror, only for the end to come around and be like, oh my gosh. It's, you know, part of the Cthulhu. Is it Cthulhu or Cthulhu? I've heard it both ways.
I do it with the TH.
Okay. So
Cthulhu. That's how I do it. But
yeah. Okay. So I've heard it both ways, so I'm just trying to...
If we're wrong, let us know.
Yeah, comment. But and like it shows him during like the final moments of the scene. So I'm like, bam, oh, holy crap. I'm actually watching a film with, you know, the one who drives you crazy, if you look at them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let me throw one at you.
Okay.
It's not on your list, I know it. 1973, The Wicker Man. The original Wicker Man. Not the Nicolas Cage remake. The bees! Oh, the bees! It's a classic scene with Cage doing that, but I'm not talking about the original.
Who's the actor? I know. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's a big name, isn't it?
Yes, he's a very big name, and it's... Oh, that's so annoying that I can't remember what his name is.
I was saying, and his son is Sutherland, right?
Yes.
Not Kiefer. Donald Sutherland. Yep. I can't believe I forgot that. That's an acting.
Yeah, and he's got like a mini fro going on in the 73 one.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'm getting another huge horror star.
So,
and his son is also on par with that too.
Yeah, Lost Boys and all that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So in Wicker Man,
Flatliners.
He goes to Summer Isle. And it's actually an occult cult that tortures and sacrifices Howie to the devil and a giant working man. But it has to do. They kind of trick him into getting into it. Like he thinks someone else. I'm drawing from the last time I saw this movie. It's
same for a lot of these.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because there's no way we could watch all these movies in a week. We have to work and we have jobs and all that.
We could try and literally just watch the ending.
But I think he's tricked into saving people who are in the Wicker Man, and then they light it on fire when he goes in, or something like that, to save them.
Dun, dun, dun.
Either way, he gets tricked into it. Yeah, he doesn't realize they're in a cult to do human sacrifice.
Which, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about the original Wicker Man.
It's good,
Plus, it's Donald freaking Sutherland.
You can't go wrong with Donald Sutherland.
Hell no. I mean, the original Invasion of Body Snatchers.
That's true. I almost put that on the list, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a twist ending on it.
Yeah.
It's not as straightforward, but yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you a notable mention before we get into your list.
Okay.
The Descent, 2005.
No, that is...
There were 3 endings to this movie. I don't know which one you saw, but there is an ending where Sarah, doesn't make it out of the cave, and she gets trapped with the creatures, and that's a dark ending.
And she thinks she makes it out, and then when she wakes up, she finds out it was all a dream or whatever.
Yeah, it's something like that. So that was just one I wanted to throw in for a notable mention before you.
Wasn't that one where they show different endings at different theaters?
I think so. The one I saw was her coming out, and there was a truck or something.
And she gets out, and she actually makes it out, and then
she makes it out.
One ending where it was literally the exact same thing, but then they tack on the.
She gets hit by the truck or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she wakes up only to find out that it was a dream.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. Like it was literally the exact same. But
see, I thought once she got saved by the truck, once she got hit by the truck, like kind of anticlimactic. She gets out but gets hit and dies, kind of thing. And then when she wakes up in the cave and knows she can't get out.
Yeah, like I think the one where she wakes up in the cave is literally like just the same as one of those 2 endings, but then they tack on the, like type thing.
Oh, okay.
She wakes up after it. The sequence.
I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. I know she gets out in one of them, and I know she doesn't get out in one.
Because they make a descent too, don't they?
They do. They do make it part 2. I don't recall if she's in part 2.
I don't know. Might have to watch.
We might have to just do a Descent review, or maybe a double feature.
Yeah, double.
Yeah,
double down
one
on
and
Double
two.
Descent.
What do you got?
Next up is, again, I'm going back a little bit with the
I like going back.
1982 The Thing, Kurt Russell.
Ooh, yeah.
Because this twist ending is the kind of twist. I mean, some might say it's not a twist ending. Some might say it is.
Okay.
Let us know what you think. But for me, it is a twist ending because it's a thinker. At the end of it, the twist is everything's burning down, and it's just two guys left, and they're smiling at each other, wondering if either one of them is the Thing. And the twist is you don't actually find out. There are some theories. There are some.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But honestly, I
really like the ending to The Thing in 83. I thought it was 81.
Oh, I put 82. Or that's what I found online was 82.
I'm pretty sure it's 81. But
early 80s.
Okay.
But I mean, like that. It's. I would definitely say that's a twist ending.
82.
Because,
You're right.
Yeah. Because it's like you sit there and you're left wondering, and it's something that's still debated on, I believe, to this day.
Sure.
Unless
it's a fantastic ending. I really like it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's a twist.
Yeah. So I guess we could say that
it's a thinker for sure.
Yeah. Honorable mention.
Okay.
I'll throw it in
an
honorable mention.
Sure.
Just because, so it's definitely not top.
How about a classic?
Okay.
1980. Friday the 13th. The original.
Definitely a classic.
Yep.
I mean...
And that was a heck of a twist in 1980.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, something that to this day, referenced in a franchise I brought earlier, Scream, where a lot of people, because Jason became the face of the franchise.
He did,
go on. I don't want to take your thunder.
No.
You've been thunderfucked.
That's why there's two of us. We just kind of feed off each other.
Yeah.
No, Jason's mother, Pamela.
Jason's mom has got it going on.
I just heard that
she's
song.
a psychopath.
Yeah, she's a psychopath. That whole So, I mean, I guess is it in 1980? It was a twist. Yeah. Where did they get it? Psycho.
Yeah, it's a reverse
the killer
psycho.
Mom. Yeah, you got the killer mom, but it was actually the mom this time.
Yeah, like it is. It's a reverse psycho. But on top of that, that's a good one because it didn't have one, but two twists.
Well, what's the second?
The second one, remember?
Right. Yeah.
The lady is in a boat on the lake, and then all of a sudden, young Jason comes out.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
So,
he's still alive, yeah.
You get double the twist.
That is double the twist. Ooh, you're right.
Yeah.
Ooh, something might have moved up in my notches.
No, same. Like,
what do you got?
So next up, again, I'm going to go with a franchise.
Franchise?
Yeah.
Okay.
But because every film has somewhat of a twist ending.
Okay.
But it also, the first film, and
you sure you want to do it right now, or do you want to save it for later?
Let's save it. So I'm going
to have to wait.
I'm going to... Hint, hint, hint. Tease.
Did you know what we were talking about? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let us know. Did you know?
Yeah. So I'm going to go to another one.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Us. Jordan Peele.
Okay.
No,
it's true. It does have a good twist.
And Jordan Peele's pretty good at his films, and they do have a bit.
They're
of a
well
twist.
done, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great director. Yeah,
I love, especially growing up on that, or well, not necessarily growing up, but watching his Key and Peele.
Oh yeah,
Since and his comedy.
It's so wild to see the guy from Key and Peele go on to be this famous horror director with an Oscar.
Keanu and the movie.
Keanu, the cat thing, yeah.
Honestly, and I love it. Like, he is a fantastic comedian, especially working alongside, Keegan-Michael Key. Mm-hmm. But he's also a fantastic director. And a little side trivia, apparently, during an interview, someone said that he was his favorite horror director. Someone told, Jordan Peele, "You're my favorite horror director." And his response was, "I will not stand anyone belittling John Carpenter."
Oh, right on.
Or something like that. He might mention a different horror, but it's like... humble and funny.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Yeah,
right on.
But Us. I mean, twist ending is you find out that there's the doppelgangers is the correct term and everything, and so it's like, the mother and the doppelganger duke it out. Mother wins. Mother gets in the car, heads out with her family, and then come to find out that the mother is actually the doppelganger from way back when. What a twist!
Uh-huh. I got one you got.
Oh.
The Visit.
Classic.
Yeah. 2015. It's M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah.
So, M. Night Shyamalan is hit and miss when it comes to his twists. Like The Village,
well,
I'm not going to say I liked The Village. I did. It wasn't bad. It was average.
If you watch it as a horror film, you're going to be disappointed. Like a creature feature, you're going to be disappointed.
I felt like I knew what the ending was before he revealed it. You know?
Okay. See, a lot of people I've talked to, it's gotten a lot more... The Village has gotten better.
Problem is, he came out swinging. And we're going to get to that movie. He came out swinging as a home run hitter kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, you got followed up by...
And then what did he do?
The Sixth Sense, The Others,
and then he did the plant one. The Happening. What?
The Happening.
The plants are trying to.
He was good. I mean, he was on a high. Again, Sixth Sense, Others.
Just because
Signs,
they did well doesn't mean they were good.
Yeah, he was doing great, and then.
Signs was good. I like Signs.
But Happening, yeah. The Village, that one. Someone pointed something out at one point during another review I watched that I would give The Village another try on. Okay. Is. The reason why The Village probably didn't do as well is because it was marketed as a creature feature, when in reality it was meant more to be viewed as a period piece.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
So that maybe he meant it to be more of a period piece, and the
I wouldn't going as a creature feature.
Yeah, the higher ups was like, no, we're gonna make it, because M. Night Shyamalan is, known for like horror films. We're gonna make it look like a horror film.
I see it. Yep.
I mean,
but we're not talking about The Village. We're talking about The Visit.
The Visit, which
Rebecca and Tyler's grandparents in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually their grandparents.
Nope. The twist is like, who is that? The mom. Who is that? And this is filmed entirely as a found footage style.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally as big on the found footage.
Okay.
Like, it's my least favorite subgenre of the horror genre.
You're really smacking the table tonight.
Least favorite subgenre of the horror genre.
I'm just saying.
But
we've got the mic right there.
But I'm not saying I don't like them. It's just given the option, I tend to watch other things. But this one...
Yeah.
They're
just crazy asylum patients.
Yeah. No, this twist, honestly, for me was like, dude, M. Night's coming back.
Yeah.
M. Night's got it. And he showed a little bit of it with his film, The Devil. The twist
that's
in that
right.
was good.
Problem is, I knew it was coming.
I mean,
The Devil, I knew it was her.
Oh, I didn't. I mean,
okay.
I knew it was someone in the elevator, but still, that's kind of cool. But
it's always the little old lady.
Fair. But The Visit obviously blows The Devil out of the water.
Sure. Yeah, no, Devil, I didn't really enjoy it. Only because I was, it's the old lady. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Well, what do you got?
Next up, I'm going to go with again, a little bit, not necessarily brutal, but the ending is nihilistic, the twist.
Okay.
And I guess you could technically do one or the other, but Martyrs.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't remember. I've seen it, but I can't remember.
The French one or the American one?
I saw the French one.
Yeah, I mean, one twist in one of them I know is that, the family is... it has actually the original one. It has a twist right out the gate. You have this family just sitting down, having a nice dinner, and then all of a sudden, crazy lady comes in and just blows them away.
Oh, okay.
Boom. And then come all this and da-da-da-da.
What's the ending? We're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the twist ending.
I mean...
What's the twist?
So, but I'm just saying, kind of cool. Has a twist right out the gate.
Okay.
But then it comes around to the ending. One of the characters dies. The other one... Well, I mean, and either one of them, character ends up getting tortured to the point where, because it turns out this cult or whatever the hell you want to call it is trying to find out what's on the other side, because allegedly someone who goes through an excruciating amount of pain, that brink right before they die, like not the what's that called? Where they die and come back. There's like apparently a term for it.
There is?
Yeah.
Resuscitation?
No, like I can't remember. If you guys know, comment. I'll have to look it up afterwards. It's going to bug me.
Yeah, what?
But pressing forward, people that are on the brink of death,
okay,
they actually catch a glimpse of what's on the other side.
Oh, that. I know what you're talking. Yeah. Okay.
So they torture these people to find out what's on the other side. Someone apparently finds out what's on... This lady apparently finds out what's on the other side, and she whispers the response to the matriarch of the cult or whatever. And when she she takes off her makeup and everything, and she's supposed to give this conference of what she was told, and the guy asks, did she tell you? And she says she did. And the matriarch ends up just shooting herself. So it's like,
oh, they don't tell you what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
of course. Of course you don't.
Yeah, I mean, the twist right there is because it's they worked this hard to find out what it is, and apparently the answer is so bad that the lady's just fuck it.
So bad, or just so nothing?
Yeah,
because why kill yourself if it's something bad? Try to draw it out
again.
But if it's nothing, then
no, like I said, that's why it's considered to be one of the most nihilistic endings ever. Because I mean, seriously, you this lady worked that hard to find out what's on the other side, only to find this out, and then the twist. So she's just instead of taking the time to go and tell other people, she's no, just fuck it, I'm done. Twist.
I got to rewatch that. I don't remember that.
Fantastic film.
Cool.
Same with the remake. Honestly, it wasn't half bad either.
Okay.
But
Cabin in the Woods, 2011. Dana and Marty do not sacrifice themselves, because usually that's the sort of thing a hero would do.
Yeah.
And in turn, the gods run rampant and destroy the planet. So that's a fun ending. I don't know. Mine are really quick. Yours are 10 minutes long.
Well, I have to explain some of them, I guess. I don't know. I'm honestly...
I have mine written down.
Oh, okay.
Just read what I got.
Yeah.
All right. What? Oh, we're through your list. Do you have any more?
No, I got one more after this. But next one, I'd say Ready or Not.
I have not seen that.
It's a good film. Samara Weaving. Yeah. So... Allegedly, in order for this family to retain their power, they have to play a game with, whoever gets married into the family. This lady gets married into the family. The game that she ends up playing is hide and seek. However, anyone that draws the hide and seek card, the family actually has to hunt them down and kill them as a sacrifice to the devil, so that their family can retain their...
Maybe I have seen this. This is very familiar.
So that they can retain their status, since they made a deal with the devil.
Okay.
And if they aren't able to do it by sunup, the family is doomed to oblivion, essentially, or hell. And so ending is sunup happens, and they're all just sitting there waiting for something to happen. They're nothing's happening.
Okay.
What the hell? You mean we've done all this shit for nothing? All this blah blah, da-da-da. So there, for a good minute, it makes you second guess that, so this is just some superstition passed on from the great so on and so forth, whatever, pig stealing grandfather.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, surprise, one of them blows the fuck up.
Okay.
And then the twist is it makes you second guess for a second.
Uh-huh.
And then comes out, oh no, it's actually true. So kind of like a classic misdirection.
Yeah, I got you. That sounds fun. I might check it out.
I recommend it.
Orphan, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Esther is not actually a child. She's a 33-year-old Russian woman who also just happens to be a psychopath. And she has some degenerative disease that keeps her looking the way she looks. Like a 10-year-old or whatever it is.
Keeps her from, it's like a form of...
There is a disease that does it's super uncommon, but there is one, and there's a few people in the world who have it.
There's one that's a huge in the UFC right now. Not because they are a UFC fighter, but because they're a huge fan of the UFC, and a lot of fighters like acknowledge this person.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a cherubism, I think it's called, where it's like a form of. Is it appropriate to say dwarfism? I'm not trying to be.
I'm sure it's a type of. Could be, yeah.
I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just trying to say like what the the term is like. It's a form of little person syndrome.
Yeah, something like that.
Like, yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm pretty sure dwarfism is the.
I'm about to get on this, so you ready to hit that?
Yeah, is that your last one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Want to save it to the end?
Yeah, I would say just because there's a lot to unpack throughout the series.
I have 3 more. Well, 2 more, and then we got that guy. So, 7. 1995. Classic. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, John Doe killer detective David Mills' wife. John Doe kills detective David Mills' wife.
Brad Pitt.
And puts her head in a box.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, she's in it.
What's in the box?
And I hate Gwyneth Paltrow with a passion. She sucks at acting. Her personal life sucks. She's a terrible person.
Her Goop products are terrible. They gave me a rash on my butthole.
I hate her so much. Oh my gosh. Like, I go out of my way to hate her. But anyways.
Sell me with Kanye West.
Yeah. Anyways.
I found your Kanye.
Yeah, there you go. So the John Doe killer...
Played by a man who's no longer allowed to act in Hollywood, allegedly. Or I think, no, not even allegedly.
My brain fried.
Kevin Spacey.
Spacey. I knew it was starting with an S.
I don't think they'll ever star a film with Kevin Spacey.
Nah, he's done.
Soon.
He's trying to move back in, but it's not going to happen. He won't be in a big thing. But puts her head in a box for David, so he will kill Joe out of revenge.
John Doe out of
John Doe, yeah, the killer out of revenge. Why does it say Joe?
The sin of wrath. Well, Joe, John, Jameson, Jingleheimer, Schmidt, it's all the same, right?
Hey, that's my name too.
Jingleheimer?
That was good. That was good.
Whenever he goes out, people always shout.
What do they shout?
There comes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Da, 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 da. Did you just fart?
No.
Just call back to a previous episode.
Oh, you're right. That was last episode. Okay.
Yeah. Which, if you didn't catch it, watch it. Godzilla.
Yeah. And then you hear there's the Shoresy thing. All right. Anywho. Okay, so we got these guys right here. So I'm going to go here and do the others. 2001.
Before we do that one, can we take a quick commercial break?
Nope. We're going to keep going. He gets to suffer. 2001.
I didn't pee my pants.
2001. The Others. Nicole Kidman. And that's it.
Seriously, I don't remember anyone else in that film.
Yeah. I think the husband has actually done a bunch of stuff. Who comes back, and sees her and then leaves. Grace uncovers the fact that she is actually the ghost. And the people she believes are hunting her are actually a new family living in their old home. Mm-hmm. Or living in her old home.
Oh, yeah.
It was a cool ending. I felt like I caught this one halfway through. Yeah. I saved it to the end because I know a lot of folks really like this one. No, and it's a big one for a lot of people.
I mean, if you like M. Night Shyamalan,
it's got that kind of twist.
10, the 2 films you tend to
It's not M. Night Shyamalan.
The Others is it? I'm pretty sure it's M. Night. Is it not M. Night?
I don't think it is.
I'm 93% sure it's an M. Night.
93, you say?
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look-see.
That's Twister, sir.
It is Alejandro Amenabar. The Others.
My mama lied to me.
All right. Yeah. And the guy I was thinking was Christopher Eccleston. He is a Doctor Who. He was Doctor Who before David Tennant. That's why I knew he did something big.
I don't pay attention to Doctor Who. I'm not going to say why for fear
of
the fan base.
After David Tennant, I stopped paying attention. But yes.
I'm not going to say why because for fear of the fan base. Actually, I have a valid reason. I don't like Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's fine enough. Whatever. We don't do TV shows here. We do movies. Except for Erie, Indiana. Erie, Indiana.
We're doing TV shows.
That's a separate series.
Check out Twisted Television.
Check out our Erie episodes.
Where we won't ever do Doctor Who because I have a little bit of trauma.
We could never do Doctor Who. There's like 2,000 episodes or something stupid.
I can do it.
And half of them are lost or something.
I'm good.
Anyways, so that was the others. And then we have...
And then the last but not least...
Basically the whole franchise.
Yeah, you didn't even get to your last one, but okay, we'll do this.
I'm saving that.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So last but not least, an entire franchise. Thank you for staying tuned for this. Saw. Literally. Every single one of the films has some sort of twist ending.
Number one was such a banger, they had to continue with some sort of twist.
Number one is the most iconic. The last one that the last chapter was also pretty, the final chapter or whatever, before, of course, they continued on with Saw 10. Or even before, or Jigsaw, things like that. I mean, they all had some sort of twist ending, but number one is the most iconic. The final chapter, I'm pretty sure it's called, or whatever, which of course wasn't the final chapter.
Right. Go ahead.
Had Cary Elwes returning. Turns out he was Jigsaw's first apprentice.
Right.
I mean, they had
the first one though.
Oh yeah.
This thing was a monster hit.
Oh yeah.
Nobody saw it coming.
Exactly. Dude in the middle of the floor is actually
he's been in the whole movie the whole time.
Yeah.
And no one realized it.
Good for you, Tobin Bell. Also, apparently a really nice dude, IRL.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even just that, but if you include Spiral from the Book of Saw, where with
I haven't seen
Rock.
Spiral yet, yeah.
Oh, honestly,
I heard it's good.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not as gory as the other Saw films, but Chris Rock, directing that one, again, comedian doing horror.
Right, and I hear he does a good job.
He nailed it. I mean, the jokes that he threw in were hilarious, and on top of that, the twist ending for that one, spoiler.
Now let me throw with you, my cat's getting vocal, if you hear my cat. And my wife just walked in. She's putting bags down, so you might hear that too.
Tea bags.
This is my last one. And I don't know if we should mention it because most folks haven't heard of it. And it's not really considered that great of a twist ending. The Sixth Sense, you ever heard of this movie?
No, not really. Wait.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It was okay. I'm just kidding. It blew my mind.
Oh, yeah, no. Dude, that movie... So, I grew up in a time frame before watching Sixth Sense where it was spoiled to me by pop culture. The Lonely Island had their song Just in My Pants. When Bruce Willis died at the end of Sixth Sense, spoiler, I jizzed in my pants.
Right.
Literally, I knew that ending before I even watched that film, but that film was so good.
I didn't know it. I went in blind. I saw it in theaters, and it blew my head off. But wow, it was cool.
It was such a good film that even knowing a twist ending when I was watching it, I actually forgot the twist ending for a moment. Because
cool.
I was so immersed in the film.
Right, no, and it's a really well done film.
And
that's what really helps it.
Yeah, and it was like, oh yeah. And then when the ending happened, I was like, oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is dead. I just ate a grape and all right.
Just in his pants.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for letting me borrow them.
Cool. So, let's hit our top threes.
All right. Okay, I guess shall we do one at a time?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
What's your number three?
My number three, you know what, I'm gonna go with Saw just because I like the fact that
number three, okay.
Yeah, just the whole franchise, just because I like the fact that each one has a twist ending and they all kind of interconnect, and I dig that.
I like it.
I'm not, maybe the torture, the devices are cool, the Gorno aspect of it, I could take it or leave it, but it's a fun film series because it's like one long movie altogether.
Sure. I'm going to hit number three, Friday the 13th. It's my favorite slasher franchise.
Thank God we can finally start getting some Friday the 13th films back, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's see it happen.
Make it happen.
It's a good twist. I like it. It's a play on the Psycho kind of thing. I like it.
Classic.
It's fun. Yeah. That's it. Probably it's probably just because it's my favorite slasher franchise, but
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's number two?
Number two, that's a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna go with, just because I'm a huge fan of the director, I'm gonna go with Us. Jordan
okay.
Peele.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I mean, I
fair.
was a huge fan of him as a comedy. I'm a huge fan of his work in horror. I mean, that guy just turns out banger after banger so far. And Us, honestly, like Get Out was really good, but Us, the twist on that one compared to Get Out was great. Plus the funny scenes in there. What was it? Alexa, Siri, whatever. Call the police. Meow one more time. See what happens, motherfucker.
My wife is feeding my cat right now. So she's very excited for food. So that's what you're hearing. Okay.
But yeah.
She's eating now. Okay.
So, anyways, but yeah, it was just overall like great film, but then the twist ending on top of that was also, yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a double for number 2?
Hey, I've done it before.
Okay, cool.
Go right ahead.
Number 2 for me is Saw, the original, not the franchise. The original Saw and the others. Saw beats it by a half notch. I like the others because I like the portrayal that Nicole Kidman gives when she finds out. It's very well done. But I like the Saw one because he's there the entire time and you just don't see it until the very end.
Tobin Bell, fantastic actor.
And that's why they're kind of even to me.
Oh.
For different reasons, they're even. And those are my number 2.
Really,
How about number 1?
I mean, that is a tough one, especially because, like, you know what? I'm going to go with The Visit.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, like, okay, especially...
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, and he's good at it, but I like The Visit because it was like a return to old school Shyamalan.
Okay.
Like the twist was with the twist. I mean, you were expecting a twist the entire time, but with it, I mean, it was a good film. It balanced horror, it balanced comedy. I mean, for months after
I need to
watching
go back and rewatch, man.
I bought it like as soon as I.
Oh, I bet, yeah. You own a lot of movies. This guy owns a lot of movies.
Like I lost count. It's in the hundreds.
Like I have stacks out here and everything. You don't see them right now. Maybe in the past, but this guy has walls of movies.
I'll take a picture maybe or something.
We should be filming at your house.
We should.
Yeah, you got walls.
Just for shits and giggles. But honestly, another thing too is like I will say this is months after this film, like it's not just the twist ending; it's the film as a whole. I mean, this honestly, I love. It's probably one of my favorite Shyamalan films, and I was using pop stars memes as curse words for the longest time afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Okay, let me give you my number 1. One of us had to do it. I saw it in theaters. Blew my mind. Signs.
If your balls are caught, you tit fucker.
The Sixth Sense. I don't know why I said Signs.
I saw Signs in theaters, and it was
I'm
good.
not going to edit that. Don't worry.
Funny story about Signs, but go on.
Yes, The Sixth Sense. All I'm thinking is M. Night Shyamalan right now.
Oh,
The Sixth Sense. It was his best movie. He came out swinging. He came out swinging hard. He blew his load on his first movie. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
so
he's
everything since
starting
then
to do good since. Like,
to me,
The
everything
Visit.
since then isn't as good as Signs.
Oh no, he can't top Signs. I mean, The Visit. The reason.
Well, apparently you can because you chose The Visit.
Well, it's because like The Visit was a. It was him like okay, it was him coming.
Did you
back
see Signs
into
in theaters? You didn't. That's
in
the thing.
Signs
See,
in theaters? Yeah, I saw Signs in theaters.
you saw. Damn it! I keep saying Signs.
I never got
Sixth Sense.
Of
Did
course
you-
I did. I was dead, motherfucker.
You were like 9,
I
right?
wasn't born with. I don't know when did it come out.
99.
99. Yeah, I was like 8.
You were like 8. Yeah, you didn't see it in theater.
I was dead.
10 years older than you. So yeah,
Yeah, of course I didn't see Sixth Sense. I was dead at 8 years old.
I feel like
Bruce
Signs.
Willis here.
I feel like Signs is
Oh, no, it's beginning
for
again.
people my age. I think it's the best. I think everyone my age would say Signs is the best twist because we all saw it in theaters. Everyone saw it in
Oh,
theaters.
and so probably I would say from my age group a decade later, The Visit, because
I could see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
or Saw. I could see Saw up there too.
I mean, well, because Saw was a good. Well, I mean,
Saw was 2004.
gore and everything,
Was
but
4.
The Visit was also a nice family-friendly horror film, more family-friendly than Saw. I
Okay.
forgot about the naked old lady.
Was it R?
It might be.
Okay.
Because I forgot a number of things in there, but I mean,
I'm not sure. But yeah.
But it's like when Shyamalan does good, he does great. But when he does bad, he does.
It was PG-13, The Visit.
Oh,
But so was Sixth Sense.
Yeah, so he does.
So was Signs. He knows, he hits that family. A lot of his movies are PG-13.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say most of them.
You know what actually the greatest twist of all
That's where the
is?
money is.
It's true. You know what the greatest twist of all actually is? It's that M. Night Shyamalan worked on Stuart Little. This is a fact. Google, like, you look him up. He has
You blew
credits
my
for
mind.
Stuart Little. Yeah.
So, in canon, Stuart Little is the best twist movie.
Yeah, because the twist is that M. Night Shyamalan did it after, all this other shenanigans.
Yeah. Can you imagine being one of those kids in the orphanage and they're like, we're going to take the rat?
Right?
That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. All
Is
right.
it a rat or a mouse?
Mouse, rat, whatever. It was Michael J. Fox. I don't know.
Actually,
That's
there's
all
a
I know.
huge difference. Rats are bigger and smarter than mice.
I don't care. Okay, let's wrap this up, though. All right, so yours was,
The Visit.
mine was Sixth Sense.
Signs.
Not Signs. I kept saying Signs. And that's it. So next
So
week we're
number
having...
one is Shyamalan.
Don't miss next week. Be sure to subscribe.
It is
The Crow. We're doing the original 93 Crow.
93.
Brandon Lee.
his
don't wanna miss it.
only film.
No. Oh, we're going to go over his film. I've seen some of his past films.
I swear he only did The Crow.
No.
Did he not?
He did other stuff in the 80s. They're action, they're bad. That's why I know where they are.
Oh.
Yeah, he did a lot of bad movies in the 80s. So
Brandon?
we're going to... Yeah.
Or Bruce.
No. Bruce died in like 81.
Jed?
Stop saying words. No.
So
Bruce
what-
Lee's son,
Jet
Brendan
Li.
Lee, did a bunch of bad movies in the 80s. And we're going to go over those because I like bad movies. So anyways, don't miss that. Be sure to subscribe or you'll miss it.
And as always, stay demented.